All right, thank you so much for joining us on our 124th edition of Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. My name is Nick Pachuski.
I'm Andrew Miller.
And of course, we're the podcast that talks to the people, places, events, and music that make this city the incredible city that it is. And before we get to Brock and Christopher from seoplus, this is going to be a business podcast. We like these.
Yeah.
This is great for our business people of Ottawa. Why don't we check this out?
Hey guys, this is Renee Landry, and you're listening to the singles off my up-and-coming EP, Chin Up, to be released this fall. You can check me out this summer at Salt Dining and Lounge, as well as at Blues Fest Sunday, July 19th at the Barney Denson Theatre. For more information, you can head to my website at reneelandryofficial.com.
Well, I don't know just what you heard, but I can tell you I'm not that type of girl. I try so hard to walk the line, but I find myself in zigzags all the time. And when I'm swallowed up in sorrow, he's there to keep me whole. He's the best I've ever had. He's the greatest man I know. He tells me chin up, my baby girl. Don't let yourself get bogged down by this big old bad world. He tells me chin up, it'll be alright. So I lift my head up and down, walk on out.
All right, thank you so much, Renee. And of course, check her out at Blues Fest. I like to say that she's open up for Bill Burr
Wow.
on July the 19th. So Barney Denson
I
Theatre.
forgot Bill Burr was coming in, too. That's awesome.
It's the most exciting one I'm going for.
For sure.
So that song was Chin Up. And of course, she's actually she's the sister of a really good friend of mine from university. So that's
weird.
that's a lot of fun that we can help promote her and awesome music. So, of course, at halftime today, Jen from Foodie Prince will be coming on to talk Ribfest. Ribfest this weekend going on right now. We got the Strawberry Social. Strawberry time. Did you know that?
Yep.
There you go.
I did
Yeah.
know that.
Yes, you did.
I eat a lot of strawberries.
Have you
So
been
does
having
my
them
baby.
recently? Yeah?
Yep. Down
Good.
at the farmer's market.
Oh, I
Grab
saw
them
the
up.
pictures. Yeah, excellent. And of course, she's going to be talking about 777, which is 7 courses at $77 for Navarra and Murray Street Cafe. So that's going to be really interesting.
Like
to see
at
those.
those locations?
We're going to have to hear.
I guess so.
That's why you tune in for halftime show.
All right.
And we'll switch it up a little this week, and we're going to talk about awesome events going on this weekend because we don't want anybody tuning in and missing these events because this is the real busy time of the year.
Yeah.
So this week we have Glow Fair going on at Bank Street. So we've received word that it's going to be 100 times better than even last year's, and that was a lot of fun. So hopefully the rain holds off for that. Ottawa Explosion Festival going on this weekend.
Tonight at Babylon, DJ Premier's in town. If you don't know who DJ Premier is, you know nothing. One of the best hip-hop producers ever. He was last in Ottawa about 6 years ago. So definitely head out. He's going to be doing an all-vinyl set, which is pretty rare these days for DJs. And DJ Pump will also be there, Vinyl Richie, and DJ Illo. So
that'll be a lot of
definitely
fun.
head out to that. It starts at 10 o'clock.
You got the Ottawa Explosion Festival, Fringe Festival's going on. So if you've never, that's 11 days of awesome plays where all the money goes towards the performers. I went to the preview show last night, so I saw 32 acts do 3-minute or less previews. So it looks like there's amazing plays going on there. It's the Ottawa International Horse Show. We had the Wesley Clover
That's right.
team on last week. Ribfest at Sparks, Ottawa Italian Festival this weekend.
Did Ribfest just start this morning?
Wednesday.
Oh, it started on Wednesday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Cool.
It's the New Art Festival, which was Art in the Park. That's at Central Park, so it's hundreds of artists in Central Park. Jazz Fest is going on. You got the Roots on Saturday night.
Yeah, Questlove from the Roots. Yeah, 3-hour DJ set at Ritual. Definitely check that out.
So if
He's
you love,
awesome.
if you love watching the Jimmy Fallon show and all the highlights every week, you're going to love to see
And
that.
again, starting at 10 o'clock.
And Bash Noir is this weekend for the Snowsuit Fun at the Horticulture Center at Lansdowne, and World Cup's going on, Women's World Cup. So
And Rockfest this weekend. If you want to skip town and go to Montebello, that's where it's going to be at.
that's where Miller's going to be. So that's a lot of awesome things. You guys have good weekend plans?
Not really.
Yeah, actually.
You got a new baby, so
Yeah.
your plans are squashed.
Babysitting and changing diapers.
Yeah, it's not babysitting. I was told the other day when I said that. It's
I'll get in
parenting.
trouble for that one. It is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I said that too.
I'm planning on having people over since it's the first weekend of summer, I believe.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
yeah.
So what's your address so everybody
Yeah.
can come to the after party?
It's a Canada suburb. It's no fun.
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, it's a lot of fun in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's who you're with, not where you're at.
Exactly right. All right, so we're here with Brock and Krista from SEO Plus. We like to get to know all of our lists or our guests. What kind of restaurants do you guys like to go to in this area? Is there a lot?
Not a lot in this area.
Yeah, we're
usually
off in the West End here, so.
Yeah, we usually travel downtown. Go to Little Italy. We like Giovanni's.
Giovanni's is excellent.
Bella's, nice Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
You know.
So are you Italian?
Bella's, yeah, nice Italian
So
restaurant.
Italian Fest.
Yeah.
We can go
Yeah.
do that this weekend.
Yeah,
That's
we
always a fun time.
Well, Ferrari Festival.
Ferrari
Yeah,
Festival,
we
Friday
actually-
night, right?
Yeah, we actually do work with the Ferrari Festival as well.
Oh, cool.
Definitely a great Father's Day gift.
Absolutely,
Take him
yeah.
Yeah. Or get them a Ferrari.
there.
Why
Yeah.
not?
I wish.
Why not?
He wishes.
First Father's Day, I'm assuming? for
Yeah,
you?
that's what I'm expecting now.
Yeah, I would too. Start high and...
Yeah.
So, and they have a new pizza place on Roberto's Pizza that I'm interested in checking out.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Brand,
On
hardcore
Preston?
Italian, yeah, on Preston.
Sweet.
And Flapjacks is opening on Friday night as well. They have a location. They took over the former Domino's Pizza there,
Okay.
Oh,
and so that's their first hardcore
Yeah,
place. And
location,
they're serving beer there, breakfast, full breakfast.
Cool.
So
All day? Nice.
they're doing a lot of great
Gotta
stuff.
like
Yeah.
those all-day breakfasts.
Oh, yeah.
What about you? Where do you like to go in maybe Canada?
In Canada, I definitely really like Fratelli's. I love the wood-fired pizza. It's delicious. Downtown, I really like Cornerstone. They have really great drinks. And then you can
Nice
never...
patio there.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
patio.
And you can never go wrong with Zach Steiner.
There you go.
Yeah.
Classic.
After a good late night.
Yeah.
All right. So a lot of people are wondering what is SEO Plus, and we love to know what kind of services do you do. I imagine it's a lot more than just SEO.
And for that matter, what's SEO? I know a lot of people still don't know,
Yeah.
which they really should.
Yep. So essentially, SEO, that's kind of our bread and butter. So it's we take people's websites and we try to rank them for keywords on Google. So we look at it as kind of like the new Yellow Pages, right? Back in the day, you're looking for a plumber, electrician, whatever it is. You pop open the Yellow Pages, and whoever's kind of first. Everyone's had their business names that start with an A, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A plus plus plus. No. So basically, that's essentially it. We generate leads for businesses. So we think of ourselves as a digital marketing agency. And yeah, we offer search engine optimization. We do social media management. We also do pay-per-click management, so Google AdWords, Facebook advertising, basically any form of advertising online that's going to generate business for small and medium-sized businesses.
Cool.
How did you get started into this field?
Well, myself, I started as a web designer at the young age of 14.
Nice.
What were some of your first websites when you did it at 14?
Mostly for family. So,
Yeah.
like my aunt, she ran an expo in Toronto where she'd have people like Patch Adams come, Dr. Oz before he was famous. So I would do websites for her.
Oh, nice.
For my uncle, he did like parking control and stuff like that. So I'd do websites for them, and then it's kind of built my way up. I ended up working for several different companies in Ottawa as kind of their lead web designer, and then eventually I decided to go start my own company. So I started the company about 3 years ago with
sweet.
my business partner Eddie. And we started off just as a web design agency. But what we found is, one, like the competition in Ottawa is extremely intense, right? So there's, anybody can start being a web designer just from their mom's basement, you know?
Yeah.
So
especially once things like WordPress came around, right? Where it's a little bit
Absolutely.
easier to do,
Yeah.
as opposed to like HTML.
For sure, yeah. And I was a big hater on WordPress when it first came out. 'Cause I was like, now all these people who don't know web design are doing
Yeah.
web design.
Yeah.
Eventually, we learned to kind of embrace it, and that we can really reduce the amount of time it takes to get a website up. So basically, what we did is we kind of switched our focus from. We realized that a lot of people already had websites. Now the thing was, people were looking to get leads to their website, right? So someone called me one day and said, "Hey, do you guys do SEO?" And I was kind of like, I guess, So eventually, I did a lot of research, and we started, I did a lot of testing and stuff like that, and we ended up building out a process, and we've had amazing success rates with it, and we've grown from a company of 2 employees to over 10 now. So it's been
No,
wow.
congratulations. That's awesome in Ottawa. Now, what would separate you, because there, in our industry, Andrews and mine, we receive 12 emails a day from people from India and California
us too,
and
us
everywhere.
too.
I actually got one right after you told me that we were going to be doing an SEO plus.
So yeah,
Almost immediately, yeah.
why are there so many more people out there? How do you differentiate yourself and that sort of thing?
Well, I think it all comes down to process. So, we're very process oriented. Basically, from the first time we ever talk to a prospect or someone calls us, everything is logged, right? So, no matter if you're speaking with me, if you're speaking with Krista or anybody else in the company, everything's tracked, right? So, right down to when we sign on an SEO client. We start with an audit on their website. We do keyword research. We do technical changes to their site. We execute a content strategy. So we do blogging, social media sharing, all that kind of stuff. So really, it's just it's something that we've built out through different testing and experience, and it's just the success rate's just been really high. So as long as we stick to that process, we're going to rank sites.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I was going to ask, do you still do web design for people?
Yep.
Okay.
We do. We don't take on web design as often if it's just a standalone project.
Okay.
We like to look at the whole picture. Like we take on, if someone's looking at doing a big project where they want to do online marketing with their site, we'll do that as well. So.
Like, have you ever hit a website where it's so archaic that you're like, okay, I think we should redo your website before we start working on
absolutely.
SEO?
I will turn down clients if their website's not up to scratch because there's no point. It's throwing money at the image. It really is. So.
They both work hand in hand together. So.
Okay, cool.
And the question is, what I want to know, if you're starting a company or something like that, how long before they can see generation without you until they're in the first couple pages? Of course, it depends on the industry.
Yeah, so I'd say a lot of times if it's a company that's just starting up, let's say I started my business today, I just registered a website, I like to see the website sit for about 6 months. You can do other things. You can push it on social media. You can do some organic stuff. We won't actually do SEO and execute our process until the 6 month point. Just because in these time to age, there's something called the Google Sandbox, where basically they won't it's to avoid spammy websites.
Gotcha.
Where they make it sit for a little while, right?
Now, somebody told me before that your Google ranking, even if your address stays the same, but you change your website fairly dramatically, your Google ranking drops. Is there any validity to that statement? Do you know anything about that?
Well, if it's not redirected properly, so let me give you an example. A lot of times in the past, people would have what's called the static website, so where it's not on any kind of content management system, right? So they've had it done, let's say 5 years ago. Now they've went and got a beautiful website design, it's on WordPress, and a lot of the page titles change.
Okay.
Right? So if it used to be home.html, now it just links to index.whatever. So basically, it's making sure that you have to make a list of all your old pages and all your new pages and redirect them appropriately.
Gotcha.
Because if you have any, if you've done some events in the past and different websites have linked to it, or you've been featured in, let's say, The Citizen, and they link to a page on your site, if it's not redirected properly, then it's just going to go to a page not found, and you're not going to credit for that.
Okay.
Are a lot of your clients locally sourced, or are a lot of them overseas? Are you aggressive in that kind of
We're
way?
really big locally. We have a really
Yeah.
good kind of presence in the market. We have a lot of clients here, but we also have a lot of clients in Toronto. I'd say about a quarter of our client base is there. Calgary, we got some clients in the UK, Dubai, the States, a little bit of everywhere, right? It can be it's something that can be done globally.
So are you seeing some direct sales coming from outside of Ottawa, coming to Ottawa because of the work you're doing?
Traveling to Ottawa?
No, work it's like selling products or services or whatever they do.
Yeah, absolutely. So
that's the best
would be
part.
an example. It's been pretty crazy.
Nice. What are some of the bigger ones that people might know of in Ottawa?
Sleepwell Property Management.
Oh, yeah.
Laurier Optical.
Oh, cool.
Tiny Hoppers.
Tiny Hoppers, the big one.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I don't know, we got a number.
Yeah.
There's so many right now.
Nice. That's good.
What would a spending range be when people because I imagine it's a lot geared towards how much they're willing to spend, your services and everything like that.
Yeah, I'd say budgets they range anywhere from probably about $750 a month up to about $5,000, depending on the client.
Yeah,
Okay.
it depends
Per
on
month,
on what they want. The more they want, the more expensive.
Yeah, so this is something that you don't just do once with somebody. You kind of take them on and you pretty much manage their site to a certain point for as long as they pay you.
Long term. So
Yeah.
when we're